very happy to see all of you here tonight. As you know, my name is Susan Chen, currently Shadow Nose Master. I've been doing the Academy. I came from New Jersey. I've been involved with the Academy like 5 years. Before the Academy, I thought I'd live and die with my ordinary, not even ordinary, below ordinary life. But after the Academy, I've been living with full of the happiness and the hope, not only my future, for my children's future. So I just want to share briefly my past, okay? When I was little, I always think, oh, it could be so nice. I've been born in rich family, right? But my dad, he was military officer, and his salary day was the 25th of the month. So my house has always money, 25th through 31st, and the rest of the time we had no money. So I overheard my mom and dad always arguing about the financing problem. So if I grew up, I will not gonna work for somebody to get a salary, and I'm gonna open my business, and then I will be rich. Thank God to my parents. Finally, I graduated from my college, and I applied the job, but there was no job. They hired me even with my dad's salary. So I ended up with coming to US to study master degree of the biology, and when I came, anyhow, I never completed. So many my mom's relatives, they already here and settled down, and my transition to US was very smooth because they had like a garment manufacturer, a garment contractor in Manhattan. So I was involved, and then to make money, and then finally I had to open my store or open my business. So in 30s, I was working hard with that business, and then I drove a Cadillac, and then I purchased the house, and then I see myself, ooh, now I'm not living my life like my parents, I'm a success. I had the American dream, and then I was so happy with making good money. But only thing always bothered me was, today I'm making money. How about tomorrow? Because this business was like situation was very unstable. So I always pressure tomorrow I can end up with close my shop. But I powered through until 10 years until I got the my business is they got they got the work from the China. So I had to end up with my shop. You think I was so upset, right? No, I was so happy. That much, even though I'm making money, it was so tiring work. So now next, with the money I made it, and then I tried to invest those money to the business. That's why I don't have to work that hard. So I invested $330K to buy the dry cleaner, and then I don't have to work that hard. That was my thought. And then I dreamed, oh, okay, I'm diligent, and then if I work like more working, and then 10 years later, I will build up the sales volume, and then I get the end up with the selling with a $500,000. So the age of 50, with that $500,000, I can be finally retired with all through my work. That was my thought. Guess what happened? That was never happened to me. At that time, I end up with my dream of $500,000 is far away, far away. Even basically, I lost the investor of my money, $330K. I end up with the closing, the closing, the dry cleaner was almost dying. There was no profit. That moment, I met the Academy. But with the Academy, I will be able to make surprise a little bit later. But at that time, I was thinking, age 50, my dad, he worked, and then he had retired money, retired income, and then his life of the, old is very comfortable and smooth. And then I did not want to live life like my dad. Look at me at age 50. I had the rock bottom. I hit the bottom, and then I had no hope. And the only thing I have is expectation of my expenses, like a house and a car. All those mortgage was just there. I knew, it's not gonna be able to continue this way. At that time, I met the Army, and then I worked for Army 4 years. Last year, 2015, I end up with making residual income $100,000 yearly as a Leaders Club. Thank you. I was, up and down there, but finally, that can be happened to me. How it's possible this short time of the short period of the time it can be possible? That's the story I really want to share. When I'm thinking, those 30s, 40s, 20 years, I was working hard with my blood, my sweat, and my tear. It never get it for me, even though those hard work. And how it's possible? Those times I work for the Army, and then I will be able to 4 to 5 times more residual income than the hard-working my dad who served the military over 30 years. How it's possible? That's the story I want to share with you tonight, okay? So, the first thing I did it well was when I approached those Army, what happening was almost the end of my dry cleaning. The Jason, the guy who used to deliver me the leather jacket, he came to me this information. What did I say is, this is the thing, I never can do it. It's very new, and then I don't want to be part of it. But he started bugging me 6 long months, and then he never gave me up, and then come to me. And nowadays, we have many information in VOD about the company's principle, like the one you watch the VOD. Many information is around you. Please, search and look into those information. But at that time, nobody know about the Army, and there's no information at all. So he copied the CD of the CEO's lecture. And then he gave it to me, and then I was listening and over again, and then I was needing some exit anyhow, right? So at that time, the thing really touched me was the CEO's lecture was this is the business you never be able to success if you not declare yourself. So what does that mean? Which is, you have to have your identify yourself. That's how you can, passing through all those hard works. So, many nights I couldn't sleep. Something new coming, and then, is it really possible I can do it? Am I good? The marketing and product? What? I have no experience. Can I do it? I had so many nights sleepless, and then finally, 2011, March 17th, I declare myself. That morning, I go to my cleaner, and then I start to make a phone call. Anyhow, always, last 10 years, I talk to my aunt and my friends, why is so difficult? Business is so no good, and then how difficult for making living like this? We always talk about that, but that morning, I said to my aunt, Imo, I'm doing the Army, and then, go, I'm gonna do the Army. And then next door, Millie, I ran over to the next door, and then I said to her, I'm gonna do the Army. And they probably don't know, what I'm even talking about. Finally, I declare myself. And after that, I start use the product. My skin is very oily, and then even age of the 50s, still I have acne. And such a hard, to cover all the medicine scar. So it usually takes more than an hour, to go out to church or any meeting. But when I start to use 6 skin sets and the 4 evening sets, my skin dramatically changes. Can you see my scar? It's changing, right? Even if our product is a functional product. Functional, what does that mean? It has some function. If your skin is oily, that will smoothly, slowly change to the normal skin, even your dry skin. If you use the pretty much good amount of the product, it will be changing to the also normal skin, right? So those function, it worked to me, and then it was so great. So I started using it, and then the first Success Academy I entered, what really touched by the CEO's lecture was distribution is nothing. If the product is good and has value, most customer will be flooded in. That's what he said. That is so true, you know. Even one small town, I learned my dry cleaning 10 years. So if I introduce those products to all the customers, probably I will have an invisible store, or I can make a side income. That was my thought. And then I was involving, and then I was so having fun with introduce all the product to my consumer, right? When the customer came into my cleaner, do you have 5 minutes? And then I put the toner, lotion on one hand, little bit of the BB. Even though our product, you put a toner lotion, it will be has a moisture, and then you put a teeny bit of the BB, and then I let them compare which face do you want to represent yourself in the world. Tomorrow morning, they said this. Okay, then you have to use 6 skin sets and 4 evening sets. That's how I start to educate all my female, American friends, customer, introduce the product, and then how to use the product. Our product is functional, as you know, with all those patents, so you have to know how to use it, right? So I started having lots of fun with them. But the meantime, the people I know, like my friends, it's very weird to just call them, start talking about the business. So come on, let's go out to eat. And what is it? So we have dinner together and talk about the business, or we talk about the business first and then having dinner. So at that time, I'm thinking about, let's see how much commission I got. It's gonna be bigger than the money I used to spend to go out for dinner. That much I was crazy about talking about the enemy. All the world. So, but the meantime, what I'm doing this, always bothering is how much I never know about the company. So if I'm thinking, if I'm making $2,000 monthly out of the enemy, oh, my Imo, Gold, Millie, everybody want to involve this. Is this CEO Park has that much money? That much I never know about the structure of the enemy business, right? So even though I like that, next Success Academy, I thought many people will come with me, but no one will come. No one came besides of my husband, who came all the way from here, so from New Jersey with me tonight here. So my husband, only one who came the next Success Academy. By the way, at that time we had only 2 times a year Success Academy. We're talking about all the enemy. So he came, and then I see, next to his face, because through his the CEO's lecture, he was crying. So I said to myself, yes, I know this business will be long. So I need my husband's support. Something my word, cannot persuade, to my husband, but the CEO Park was. That's why, he's been with me and me together, and then we've been doing, great harmony together. After that, we're doing very successful this business, right? No, that was not true. Even company said, the product will be voluntarily, like the purchasing again and again. Time goes by, still, my customer, they don't buy again. So I asked them, what's going on? They said, oh, I still have it. Look at that, our toner is like a huge, like this size. And then, a couple of months, like it was 135 milliliter, and then they, without the price raising up, they put the more volume there, 150 milliliter. I really don't know, CEO Park, he really want we do this business or not. So like that, all the product is based on consumers' profit, right? Whatever we have a mass production, we will gonna give that profit to each one of the consumer. That's what it is. So anyhow, so there was no reorder, and then how about the people, person, somebody who I know already look like I'm big mouse, right? So I spoke to everybody, all the world. You know, I have no person to reach out anymore. So I was in dilemma, what's going on? You know? But 1 year, you know, I already, you know, closed up the dry cleaner, so I have no place to go, no exit. So the time goes by, when I'm thinking to myself is, okay, I was doing the garment contractor 10 years, and even dry cleaner 10 years. At the beginning, I declare myself, you know, I do the errand to the whole world. So within 1 to 2 years, I cannot give up. I have to go through at least 10 years. That was my thought. And I was just, you know, all those, you know, the hard work, nothing's gonna happen, happening, and then year goes, and then I was just, you know, hanging on to Army on the thread. I was, you know, just, I cannot give up. I will just stay there. Until I'm pushing through, until one of the greatest thing is happening with the Army. What it is one-day seminar. We are energetic with the, you know, with the doctor, the CEO passed all the lecture, and then he said, yes, we can do it, but all those Success Academy only once every 6 months. But from January of 2013, the leaders who came from Korea, they start to support the US market. And around, I think, the March or the April of the 2013, one of the lady, her name is Jo Chil-soon, Star Master, she came, really touched me. I always wondered, you know, why I cannot progress, which is, I never had the experience, and that's why, you know, this is kind of the business, somebody who has like a JEP, you know, many years network experience. Only those professionals can do it. I don't think I can do it. I always wondered, but I really identified with her. She is middle-aged of me with no experience, but her family has like a 200,000 commission, 200,000 US dollars commission 1 month, whole her family who involved with the Army. So, wow, if she can do it, I can do it, right? So like that, you know, the leaders who came from every month, you know, they traveled all those US area, and then, you know, the many of my partners touched by various speakers in New York, New Jersey, Virginia, and North Carolina, Chicago, all those areas. So those things is happening, and then finally, you know, my business got like a momentum, and then, you know, I reached the Diamond Master and Sharon Rose Master, and then, you know, I finally entered the Leaders Club, right? So that's how it happened. So the success I drew with the Army is not that difficult. I find the right tool through the Army, my dry cleaner, and then garment contractor. That was not the right tool to me. And then even I put a hard work through there with the company's supporting system. I will be able to, you know, succeed with the Army. Isn't that simple? Yeah? Is that, you know, very clear? Right? So, but only one thing I did well is, I can say, I listened to my sponsor. When Jason approached me, give me this information, I rejected, right? But, you know, when I decide to do this, and then the other thing he asked me is, this is the kind of business you're not doing all by yourself. You have to plug yourself into the system. And what he said is, every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, we have a central meeting. You must be there. So I said, Jason, I can probably have a million reasons why I cannot be there at that time. Like, I have to support the husband, kids, you know. But by the way, you know, I never tell to my husband. So before my husband, you know, come to the dojang, I have to be home, right? I was gonna do without letting know my husband. So I cannot do that, Jason. So don't worry, I can do it by myself. You know, I'm pretty. You think I'm dumb, but I'm pretty smart. You know, I will do it by myself. But this really, you know, persuade me. What he said next is, Susan, you think the doctor, you know, who wanna, you know, perform the surgery, you think he can do it without going to the school or without learning or the experience. That is so true. I really wanna do success with Atomy. I've been involved with some business I never know about it, and then I have no idea, no knowledge, nothing. I do not know anything. So how the hell I can do it by myself? That is so true. I have to enter that meeting. So that time I made a strategy. How can I persuade my husband? So right next week on Tuesday, I was at the seminar. Until now on, I never miss that seminar, even if I'm being there. So like that, I declare myself, and I'm sorry, and then I simply follow up that system. So when I enter that the seminar, Tuesday seminar, first time I think I look like I learned something, but when I go over and over again, I got so bored and frustrated. What's going on? Why you keep saying same things over and over again? But still they said I have to enter the meeting. But those times I was sitting there, and always that time, without my partner, learning this and that, same presentation with the same person. I've been learning little by little by little. But by the way, if the seminar, Atomy system, every seminar is different, it's gonna be very difficult to catch up and then to keep up, which means to make you success. So that's why Atomy's core is what? Simple things doing over and over again. That's why everybody can succeed. So the only thing I can say is in US still we have a little lag of the system if we compare to the Korea. But we have a tremendous progress. All those US area having like multiple English seminar. And this year so much, and even also Spanish and Chinese seminar also. So the system will be spreading more and more in the nearest future. Also, Atomy is the only one like a global net marketing with one server. You can enroll your members in Korea, Japan, Canada, even Singapore, Taiwan. Those areas, member, you can just enroll the person who are just living next door, like that. Really global net marketing, and we are extending, like the way Jeff told us. This year, Philippines will be open. My Filipino partner, they are so excited. Oh, you're Filipino? Yes! They are so excited, and finally they can bring this business their home country, right? Also, 2017, we are working on opening the Mexico. Is really the US is like a base camp. We can stretch out all over the world. So you guys, I was a lag of the system. That's why I was struggling, few years. But you guys are right timing, to bumping up with the Atomy, right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Half of the Fortune 500 company will close very near future, right? And then unemployment is getting higher. And then 2030,